Melbourne has long had its fair share of exclusive clubs, but they're now on shaky ground with a parliamentary review of the exemptions under the Equal Opportunity Act that have allowed them to operate. If the exemptions are removed, establishments like the Melbourne Club will have to argue their case to remain male only. Some believe it's about time. Cheryl Hall reports.
This is the reception and staircase area of the club, and that wanders you up. It's a rather appealing staircase to our first floor and library. Our founding fathers were very kind to pick up this site 150 years ago and have the vision to build this sort of club. It's quite fantastic. It's a beautiful garden to come and, which members do come and enjoy that break from the office every day, and well, particularly in the good weather, and it might have a drink in here before we go and have lunch.
There's no doubt you need money and the right contacts to be a member of the Melbourne Club. Bill Shelton has been a member for 40 years, and he's tired of defending the club against accusations of discrimination and irrelevancy.
There's no shortage of men wanting to join.
Well, there isn't really, notwithstanding Mr. Hull thinks there is. Women occupy these premises here probably on average more than men, but just because they're not members, I mean that's the position, and I'm very happy to defend the position that there's nothing unhealthy about a men's club. All men share.
But it's an argument that's attracted the ire of the Deputy Prime Minister.
I can be a bit naughty from time to time, and there are days when I've been in Melbourne as acting Prime Minister and I've thought, you know what I should do today? I should ring up the Governor-General and I should say to her, why don't we go down and jointly apply for membership and see what happens next? Maybe one of these days we will.
We'd be delighted to have her for breakfast, lunch or dinner. Any time she likes to be invited, she'll be invited by a member and come in and enjoy the place. Nothing wrong with that. We're not frightened of that. She made some silly comment the other day about wanted to creep up and knock on the door and see what happened with the Governor-General. Well, how pathetic. But look, we're not interested. It's not a men versus women issue.
Do I think that in the 21st century a woman as a handbag is an okay notion? I think that's just an extraordinary idea to suggest that I may be able to enter the Melbourne Club, but if I'm the Governor-General of this country and I happen to be a woman, I cannot be a member.
Melbourne University Press Publisher-in-Chief Louise Adler believes she would be stopped from joining the Melbourne Club not only because she's a woman, but also because she's Jewish.
I understand that those rules, spoken or unspoken, have since changed, have been moderated in recent years, but it just strikes me as so clearly and patently a symptom of the kind of discriminatory, exclusive and elitist notion that surrounds an organisation like the Melbourne Club.
It was for similar reasons that another historic Melbourne institution, the Athenaeum Club, saw an exodus of long-time members last year that included the ACCC's Graham Samuel and AFL chief Andrew Demetriou.
The debate within the club, the Athenaeum Club, in my mind, had been about the relevance of the organisation to contemporary society.
They've now set up their own club called the Melbourne Forum.
I hope there'll be comfortable armchairs. There will certainly be a bar, but there the similarity might cease.
The Melbourne Forum's been formed because people of both genders felt that this was a historical anomaly, a relic of the past.
It's not just clubs affected by the state government's review of the 53 exemptions under the Equal Opportunity Act.
If you want to talk about discrimination, it exists everywhere. Because people who actually have these exemptions taken away may believe that they're actually discriminated against.
Churches and schools are also defending their right to discriminate.
You go to the actually whole concept of religious freedom. And ultimately, why should government be coming into Catholic schools and, again, working to undermine teachings that have been around for 2,000 years?
The Attorney-General says he has no intention of limiting religious freedom, but men's clubs are clearly in his sights.
I don't think they'd ever invite me in to have a look around the place, so I don't know what goes on behind those closed doors, but I think that it is important that clubs be modern. Of course they should be entitled to their own membership lists and the like, but should they be exempt from the law as of right, or should they, like any other business, have to apply to exclude themselves from the law? That's really the question.
Bill Shelton maintains the review is attacking the democratic rights of members.
The point is this denying of us of our freedom of association, same with all the other girls' clubs in the city and the blokes' clubs in the city. What right to take our democratic given right away from us when Mr Holes gave it to us?
If they want to argue that, let them argue it in the public arena, that is, before VCAT, like every other organisation has to do. Maybe their argument will be successful, and as a result they'll be able to maintain their discrimination against 51% of the population who are women.
Cheryl Hall reporting.